hello, my name is Than, short for Nathaniel. If you saw my last video, you know that this one is sort of like a continuation of the look that I just did. I just filmed it right before this. I did change my shirt just to kind of keep things a little fresh. So today I'm going to be reviewing the new Byredo Remembrance palette. I also have the Flora Kalahari palette. So I'll definitely be talking about these together as well. I have the new Victoria Beckham brow pencil in Taupe. So I'll do some comparisons. And then I also have the Haus Labs liner in Beige. And I did decide to get another one of those Peau highlighters, so I'll just throw that in as a little bonus at the end. In the limited edition shade and packaging, I believe the shade is limited edition as well. But I love the one that I already have, so I was like, you know what, before this isn't available ever again, let me get this one. It's 105 Shimmering Orb. So let's start with the eyeshadow palette. I'll insert the swatches now. So there's a few different formulas in here. There's kind of like a matte. First of all, every shade is like super soft and buttery. There's not a dry shade in this palette. They feel really, really nice. But yeah, anyways, so there's a few different formulas. There's like a matte, then there's like a satin, there's a more intense metallic, so that'll be shades like this one here, like the gold, like this silver. So this silver and this shade down here, they look really similar, but I think you'll be able to tell from the swatches. So this one down here by the gold is more of like a sheer sparkly topper. I mean, there's still some pigment there, but more toppery. Whereas this one is more of like a pigmented silver. So this is Byredo's third iteration of their big 18 shade palettes. The first one I also had, that I think it was called like Prismatic something, or something like that. And that was gorgeous. I mean, really nice colors, but the only thing is I didn't even film my review of that because I was playing around with it. And the colors were so patchy, really hard to work with. And even I felt like I couldn't even build up the color. I don't know, I was just super turned off by the palette, unfortunately, and I was so excited. I think I maybe set my expectations a little too high. So yeah, I ended up returning that. I do regret returning it now because you can't really get it now, and yeah, I still kind of wish I had it for comparison and also just to give it another chance. I kind of really like immediately was like, oh god, like I hate this. Then the second one they came out with is this one, Flora Kalahari, and I do love this palette. The only thing is, similar to the new one, the shades are very soft, and what ended up happening with this shade is I just opened it up one day, and I think it actually happened live on a stream. The shade literally like fell out of the palette and just shattered, and it was so messy. It got kind of into the other colors too, and I had to really carefully sort of like clean it up. And yeah, I tried to salvage it for a while, and you know, it was so messy. Every time I went to open it up, it just kept breaking more and more and more. So eventually I just started digging it out completely, and yeah, cleaned it out. So not much of a loss. I wasn't crazy about the shade that fell out. It was kind of like a deep purple with some pink sparkles in there, I believe, and it was just okay, you know. Looking at the palette side by side, you can see there are definitely some similarities. I would say overall, the color story in Flora Kalahari is just a little bit more warm, has some more intense colors with that blue, that really bright orange. And then this one overall is just a bit softer, more subdued. I mean, both have, you know, some warm, some cool, some neutral, but I feel like the main difference is that Remembrance is just kind of has like a softer vibe overall, whereas Flora Kalahari is a bit bolder. As soon as I saw this, I knew I wanted it. Even if it looks a little kind of like basic and boring, I was like, this is gorgeous. I need this. I'm gonna start with this Soyunji Lotus Builder Brush. and go into that sort of like neutral, warm neutral, like beige shade in the center here. Same brush, and I'm gonna move on to that kind of rosier matte. So kind of like how I was saying before, these shadows are very soft, so you really don't need to apply a lot of pressure when going into them. If you do, you might kick up like a lot of product. So just, you know, be conscious of that when you're going in to get a color. I'm gonna go into this shade. So this is sort of like a really muted lilac-y kind of color. It's like a light taupey lilac. And that, I'm just gonna see what that's like kind of in here. I'm debating between the neutral bronze here and this more metallic rose. I kind of feel like the bronze is a bit more interesting. I might put the rose on the lower lash line and the bronze on the top. Taking this Sonia G detail brush, I think this is from the Fusion series, and now I'm gonna go into that rose gold metallic. My finger into this kind of sheer satin champagne. Sonia G Worker 3 brush into the deeper rose here. Now I'm going into that more taupery shade. Actually, with the builder brush, I'm going back into that lilac-y color. I think I just kind of want to brush that a bit over the bronze. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Haus Labs pencil. Yeah, I really like the MAC one and the Victoria Beckham one, but I just keep wanting to try more, so let's go for it. Oh my god, the whole tip just broke off, so that's wonderful. Now some mascara. This is the Lashy Doll. Onto the brows. So here it is. It's called officially the Baby Blade Micro Fine Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Taupe. Here is a really light swatch of it. Some more pressure. And then a bigger sort of patch of the shade. So I'm not a big brow pencil person in general. Every time I buy a new one to review, I'm like, why am I even buying this? But this one really intrigued me because it's Victoria Beckham, of course. The satin collagen liners are my fave, so I had to try it. I'm glad I went with the shade Taupe. It's always hard online, especially with like brow stuff, because you never know if it's going to be too warm, too cool, whatever. I mean, in my case, it's usually just too warm, but this one seems like it's a good shade, so yeah. There is a spoolie on one side. Just gonna kind of brush up. Like I said, I never really go in with a pencil. I think I'm supposed to use a clear brow gel first, but I don't know. I'll do that after maybe. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna go very lightly. I don't know, I just feel like whenever I do it, it looks wrong, but yeah, we're gonna try it. Just gonna try to do like kind of just really feathery strokes. Okay, did that work? I don't know. Like I said, I have a bunch of brow pencils, but I hardly use them, so I'm not like super experienced with brow pencils. I don't know, I feel like that looks okay though. I'm gonna try maybe blending it a bit with this spoolie.
Have you any idea why?
Actually, no, I think that looks okay. All right. Okay, other side. Okay, I don't know if I did as good of a job on this side. Well, oh, maybe it's fine. Yeah, let me do a little zoom. Okay, so here it is close up. This is like described as more of like a pomade in a pencil. I can definitely feel like swatching it out. So here's those swatches that I did before, kind of blended out, and you can definitely see how taupey they look now. I think it like is fine. I think it's good. I kind of want to try the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel on top of it, but I'm kind of also afraid that's gonna mess it up. Well, let me just do a little bit. Oh no, I don't think it's messing it up at all. I think it's just adding a bit more texture to the brow. Yeah, no, this is fine. I mean, you let me know because I'm not super experienced with the pencils, but I will be swatching a bunch in my final thoughts, so stay tuned. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the Gucci bronzer. And then some of this Peau Shimmering Orb. And I'm just gonna use the little brush that comes with it. I think for lips, I'm gonna do Chanel Rouge Coco Bloom in Dream, number 116 Dream, as well as the Ice Gloss from Victoria Beckham. Okay, so let's zoom in. I'll go over my final thoughts, and I also want to do some comparison swatches with the Baby Blade and some of my other brow pencils. I have to say, I really like this palette. I think I do like it more than the Flora Kalahari, especially because that one shade broke in the other one. I mean, like I said, they are pretty similar, but this one just has a little bit more of a softer vibe. I feel like it's just a little bit more like feminine. Personally, the fact that they're a little bit similar doesn't bother me, and I also feel like the target audience for this, it doesn't bother them either. Like, if you want this palette, you want it, you feel me? This Haus Labs liner is fine. I don't like how the tip broke off, and I don't know, I feel like I don't like, I don't know, like, I will use it, but I feel like I like the Victoria Beckham and the MAC more. And this brow pencil was fun. Yeah. Like I keep saying, I'm not a brow pencil expert necessarily. Don't really use them very often because I feel like very comfortable just with a little bit of a tinted gel. But let me do some swatches. So these are gonna be the baseline swatches for the Baby Blade. One a little softer, one a little harder. Here are my Jones Road brow pencils. These are interesting. They're have more kind of like a fiber to them, so they really like cling onto the hairs, which this one does a little as well. It's more of like a pomade pencil, so it does cling onto hairs, but this one clings a lot more. It like really has like fibers. But I have two shades. I have light brunette and ash blonde. So here's ash blonde and light brunette. These definitely feel a bit softer going on. The Victoria Beckham is a little bit sharper, a little bit more firm. I have this Kosas pencil in the shade gray. This is a similar sort of micro fine point. I mean, this one, look how skinny that line is that I got with that one. Here, I'll do it a bit thicker though so you can see. Like, they call this gray, but to me, this is not gray. Like, I got it because of that, because it does look more taupey. That's it really builds up though, like that does not look gray, I'm sorry. So I have these two Gucci pencils as well. One is the Stylo Sourcils Waterproof High Precision Natural Finish Eyebrow Pen. Again, in the shade Brune. And then this is the one that's more like a powder and it's in the shade Taupe. So again, we have the Victoria Beckham, Jones Road, Kosas, and then the Gucci pencils. Yeah, I'm definitely inspired to play around with brow pencils a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll definitely link all the products and stuff that I use down below, as well as part 1 of this makeup look / review. So yeah, be sure to check that out as well if you haven't already. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you're notified every single time that I upload a new video. Follow my Instagram, Prettier Than Graham, and my TikTok, Prettier Than Talk. Okay, goodbye.